Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Blaster Master 03. We're still escaping from the Sophia holding facility. They kind of explain this as like a few different places. It's weird, but we got to get out of here and find Eve, who has mysteriously vanished into these wormholes.
So it's a combination prison / detective agency / law office / Dave and Buster's.
I have a question.
It's their military headquarters.
I have a question. Do we get Eve back soon? Because
No. In fact, we get someone. No, we get someone better.
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
what?
Ryan, do you ever go back and get that health icon? Because you can get that.
I thought you had to wait for the hover.
No.
I figured there was a way, but I wasn't gonna try and brute force it.
It's literally there's a
When I wasn't
platform
100%.
above it you can drop down from. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's one of those. I wasn't 100% sure, and I'd rather not waste a bunch of time trying to figure it out when I know I can get. I know the hover's going to come back at some point, so I'll just get it then.
That's fair.
Watch it be the one game in the series without a hover. And then...
No, it's here. Don't worry.
I think the devs would literally get in trouble if they didn't put hover in a Blaster Master game.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we already have a hover pack for little driver guy here, Jason.
Jason.
So
Jason.
I'd be surprised if they decided that the tank couldn't have one all of a sudden.
It's too
I
heavy.
like that the hover pack is just such a nice thing for them to put in though, because it's not like it makes any of the platforming for him harder. If anything, it allows for more creative platforming. But you don't drop off a ladder 5 inches too high and die anymore.
I mean, if you don't use a jetpack, it'll happen again.
yeah. I more get the image of because we don't start with the hover. I just imagine Jason's like, I'm tired of breaking my ankle, so he basically goes to the tank, tears off the hover from the tank, and just slaps him on his ankles.
Just got these giant tank treads hanging off of his back.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll find another one.
No, I
It's
mean,
like I am the one who hovers now.
he gets too tired to walk. He can just lay back and roll wherever he's going.
I can't see completely in front of me, but this is kind of comfy. It's like a nice massage.
And is this game all one big map again, or do they do stuff like the planets?
No, sort of a mix between the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they do one thing nice in this game that they didn't do in the other two. There's fast travel now.
Oh,
Yay.
thank God. Okay.
I actually got stuck on that for a while because I wasn't paying too much attention to the text. I'm like, okay, it wants me to go here, but there's nothing to do here. What do I need to do? It's like, oh, I press X again, now there's fast travel.
Yeah, that's what that weird icon is if you stay on the tank warps long enough. It looks like a hard drive or a floppy disk.
Yeah.
Oh, so like on the stages, on the little platforms where you could spawn the tank, those are warp points now.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome, actually.
I take it at this point, Ryan isn't used to the fact that they're actually color-coded on the bottom.
It's more I was looking towards the right and not so much the one above me. Because I was like, oh, it's to the right, it means to the door on the right. It's like, no, it means that door, actually.
Oh, no, I mean, like, the diamonds are actually color-coded, so they show you what weapon to use on them.
Yeah, I hadn't quite figured that out yet. Usually what I like to do recording-wise is the first hour or so, with hopefully some editing, depending on what's going on. It's basically me blind, because, like, okay, the first hour is what everyone's trying to figure everything out.
Gotcha.
So after the first hour or so, I record ahead. I mean, I play ahead on a different file, then go back and record what I just did. So first few parts are me fumbling a little bit, but it's the first hour of the game. It's what's supposed to happen when you're new and trying to figure everything out. So
Ryan, didn't you know that if you do the super duper secret cheat code, then you automatically win the game?
wow, really?
You didn't know that on your first playthrough? Wow, you suck at video games.
not on my first playthrough when I got the game before it even comes out.
Disliked your comments. You know what? Unblaster's your master.
That's not how that works, I'm sorry.
What?
I don't know.
Just throw a 0 in there and it works.
Unzero's your... no, never mind.
Adds 1.
Yeah, this is just more so me being stupid than anything else.
Okay, I'm like,
I freely admit this is me being stupid and not paying attention.
Do you end up using more of the other weapons for normal combat?
Definitely, yes.
Okay, because I noticed that earlier you remembered how good the wave beam was in 0-1, and so you used a lot of the wave beam. earlier on. Do you have to make the triangles orange?
No, they have to be the color of the base.
Yeah, it's purple.
Oh, the color of the base. Oh, I see. Okay. So they have to be purple then, and then that'll make them
Yeah,
match.
so he needs to
All
use the
right.
shotgun. But right now it looks like Ryan thinks he has to just light them all up at once.
Yeah.
Which I'll give him that. I thought the same thing at first, because I also was like, oh, the base color, that doesn't matter. No, it totally does.
That's not something I would have looked at first. Or I would have thought, oh, you have to make them look orange because these guys are orange.
Yeah.
Although I guess it kind of makes sense once you see when they flicker
Well-
off, they turn.
Well, so the doors literally show what weapon you need to use. Like the one that's off to the right there shows the shotgun, and including the one up, you can barely see it on the top one there too, but it clearly
Yeah,
wants the shotgun, and I think he.
Yeah, there we go.
Ah,
I think it was more. It's more. I think it was more so I couldn't see the top door, and I thought it was. Again, I'm just being stupid at that point. So,
Oh, well.
and now the door opens. Yay!
Puzzle solved.
You see, I was going to say, well, at the very least, this is going up the day of release, so at least the comment section can't tell you off. But this is coming out the Tuesday after release, so that means
And there was a
that
demo.
all the-
There was also a demo.
Oh, okay, never mind. The comment section can tell you off.
Yep.
Oh my God! Look at these guys with their grabby hands and their weird.
It's the boss of the first game now made in Mook form.
Oh, that's
Yep,
the final boss of the first game.
That's the
Well, one form of him anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the first form of him. Well, even though it's still a little off because he doesn't have. Well, he does have his lightning whip. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I haven't played the first game in a couple of years, so
That's fair. It's still pretty fresh in my memory because I played it back in like February.
for the first time or just
Oh no, for the playthrough.
for your playthrough. Okay.
I played 0-1 and 0-2 pretty much on release.
Ooh, nice.
Right, now we get our Crusher Shot, which I don't use that much because we mostly deal with robotic enemies a lot in this game, and we get a much better weapon for that later.
Yeah. But it's still good. So the one thing we kind of glossed over is that plotline-wise, the end of 0-2, where Eve finds the Andrea tank, the blue tank with all the water powers, they take that apart and they use it to add on to Sophia to give some more special effects. So a lot of the weapons are stylized around what Andrea had at the end of 0-2 and explain some differences too. So that's why the Gaia system from 0-2, where like you jump, crash the tank to the ground, you get energy back, that recharge your sub-weapons. In this one, they do it for sub-weapon and your normal attack.
Yeah, and as a result of that, the game also kind of punishes people who didn't play 2 later on in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be real. Why are you playing 3 if you didn't play 2?
Little bit, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
It-
feel
it-
like
it-
that's more of a thing nowadays than like because back in the day, if you were renting something from a game shop and they had Mega Man 3 and not 2, well, I guess you were SOL and just had to play
Yeah.
3. You know,
But
I
that's
feel
different
like
though, because like those stories are not really connected. 3 and 2 literally start by spoiling the previous game. Like they literally like,
Yeah.
here's what happened last game.
it's kind of like trying to start up Trails of Cold Steel 2 and realizing it's literally at the end of the game that came before. So like within 5 minutes, you know how the first game ended, and it spoils the entire surprise. And I shouldn't have
it
done
does.
that.
It does also help that these are. Did they do a limited run release for?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, but
all three have limited run releases.
yeah, but I mean, realistically speaking, these are all digital games
But-
for the most part. So
You know, there is a reason why you might want to play 3 before 2 or 2 before 1. And speaking as someone who hasn't played any of these games yet, I will say that just casually watching these games while doing commentaries, they have gotten progressively more interesting to me. Where the Blaster Master Zero series has gone from an odd mishmash of styles that doesn't appeal to me at all in 1 to actually a game and a story that I'm actually interested in experiencing for myself by the end of 2.
That's fair. I look at it from a storyline perspective, where you're basically ruining the story element of it, and your mileage may vary on that. The story gets very silly at points, so I can see not caring about that.
But like the thing is, like the thing that's stopped me from trying the series so far is that because it's a linear story, because like it's a story and then the second part of the same story and then the third part of the same stories. It's like, you know, I'm interested in playing it, but that means I have to play through one, and I'm just not interested in one.
Fair enough. One is cursed in the fact that it has to be a remake of the original game. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So if you didn't find the original game interesting, like most of the story beats are straight out of that.
Well,
So
I didn't
you might
even
not
know
like the original Blaster Master.
I didn't even know the original Blaster Master existed until Blaster Master Zero happened. I did not have any Nintendo systems as a kid. This was not something that I ever was exposed to. So
I don't think there was a Genesis one, no.
There is Blaster Master 2.
Oh, there
It's
is.
not good. It is not good.
Oh, fair enough.
Blaster Master as a series had a downward spiral, let's say. NES Blaster Master 1 considered the best. Blaster Master 2 not good. Blaster Master Boy is not even Blaster Master. Blaster Master Blasting again on the PlayStation 1 is
Wait,
a
did
weird
they actually
3D
call it
game.
Blaster Master Blasting again?
They sure did.
Oh my god.
And it's
I
Jason and
remember
Eve's
hearing
kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember hearing the PlayStation 1 game wasn't terrible. It's not great, but
Yeah,
you know,
it's
at least
meh.
it
It is
yeah.
meh. And then they jump ahead.
Yep.
Then they do a WiiWare one.
Oh, was it like
I'm sorry, I missed the Game Boy Color Enemy Below. Ooh. And then there's the WiiWare one, which actually apparently was pretty good. It was considered one of the better ones since the original, and then the
Oh
Zero
man,
series.
I would love. You know what? I should go and try and check that one. Oh wait.
Oh.
Did they ever re-release it on anything else?
No.
No.
if you
okay.
want to play old WiiWare games, emulator is pretty much the only way to go nowadays.
Correct.
Yeah, I remember when they were about to shut it down. I added like $100 onto my old Wii Shop Channel account, and got a massive nostalgia trip going through that store for the first time in like 10 years, and then just got all of the WiiWare and Virtual Console games I was interested in.
Like adult, I went and traded in my Wii after all of that stuff that I bought on it, not realizing that all of it was tied to the individual console. So I lost like the entire fucking Nintendo 64 library they had up there, all the SNES and Genesis games.
You see, the funny thing is that were you to have sold
the Adventure Rebirth.
It's what is it, like the Contra Rebirth? I don't think they've ever re-released again.
None of the rebirths they did. They did 3: Gradius, Contra, and Castlevania.
I think if you were to sell a Wii with those games on it, that would probably be worth a lot of money. Because people were paying hundreds of dollars for old iPhones with Flappy Bird on them.
Not only did I trade the system in, but I wiped all the data off it.
Oh.
You know, as is
my old friend.
So, all those games gone, just fucking gone.
Yeah, I mean, a competent store would have those titles saved to the account and not to the specific.
Yeah, but I mean, we're talking about Nintendo. They were still learning the internet.
I mean, you can kind of accept it for the Wii. I mean, not like it's
nice,
not like
nice of
totally
that enemy
acceptable.
to just leave your tank alone.
Yeah,
it's just a tank. Yeah.
That would be a really funny enemy, though, if they ever had one that just, like, while you're out of the tank, just hopped in it and dicked around with it.
Well, I assume Jason knows to lock the doors.
I mean, does he, though?
I mean, I could assume maybe it has like a Batmobile, auto defense system where anything besides Jason gets close to it and just zap.
I believe that the actual lore reason is that the blaster rifle that Jason has is the thing that turns it on and off.
Yeah, it's a glorified key as well as a gun.
Imagine trying to rev up your car and then you accidentally shoot a bullet into the steering wheel. Trying to.
Why'd I pull the trigger?
Damn it!
I didn't put it in all the way. Damn it!
Time to get a new radio again. Uh-oh, hold on, boss fight. Oh wait, no,
Not
story
quite.
beat. Never mind.
You're right. That is a nice.
Oh, this guy.
That is a nice background, but
It is a nice background. Shame that there's explosions in it. Garuda.
No way, that one guy from last game.
Leibniz.
Has he gotten any less edgy?
Oh,
No.
Oh,
No, this is anime. The only direction that a character is allowed to develop is toward edge. You can't go the other way. Once you step...
well, you either get more edgy or you become, the hapless sidekick who doesn't get to do anything. Also, hi, Kane.
Oh!
Who
So
is
the
this
entire
guy?
time through the game, Jason's been getting messages about where to go and like general ideas of where to go, but this is the guy who's been radioing him the entire time, Kane Gardner. The
Oh,
main
and that's his
character
dad.
of the main character of Metafight and Eve's father.
Aww. So,
We must fight now.
Yeah, exactly. We must kung fu fight.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's actually in the original tank.
Yes.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
That's why the HUD there on the side is literally the pause screen from Blaster Master 1.
All right, I'll admit it.
There's some very nice attention to detail regarding Kane in this game.
Yeah.
that feel when you run into your girl's dad for the first time. Ooh, yeah.
Guard
Did he
Jason
literally
Frudnick.
just yell on guard at you?
Sure did.
Oh,
So-
oh my god, the hostility of... Oh my god.
So, like,
Yep.
once again, all of the drama in this stupid anime bullshit universe is people being intentionally stupid because they
Oh,
have
he
a
even has
duty.
the lightning attack. Oh, I love that one. Oh man, that's cool.
He has
Also,
there's a little more to it
duty.
than on this one. It's not just them
Yeah.
not talking because anime plot.
There-
There's,
yeah, he's-
they'll reveal more.
Yeah, but long story short, just so we kind of get out of the way while we're talking, Kane is intentionally kind of not fighting super hard because he's just trying to put on a show so he can help Jason behind the scenes more than anything.
Yeah, because he's a commander and he doesn't want to lose his rank, so he's... Yeah, right
Yeah,
now he's
but on
actually
the
like
good-
hacking the signal so they can talk without being recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, basically he's putting on a show to make sure no one doubts him when Jason goes free.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's slightly cool.
I liked how the fight should have been epic, but then it's just two tanks jumping up in the air 30 feet. And just like boing, boing, boing.
Wait, you're saying that if you saw two tanks jumping up into the air and shooting guns at each other, you wouldn't think that was cool as shit?
Also,
There's a Pro CD skit where they're making fun of Dragon Quest, and it's like, all right, you killed my village. Now it is time for us to battle. Zapple, Kazumi, woobly doo. And I'm like, yeah, that's accurate.
so
I mean-
like, I another nice touch. I like how the original protagonist of the Blaster Master series has just the most stereotypical protagonist design in the known universe. You know, fucking
Well, they're both the original protagonists. So.
fucking blue hair over here.
But he
Well,
actually
yeah,
has
sword
blue
would be-
hair
would
in
be
the
a-
game.
Yeah, but like
Just give him a sword. He's a Fire Emblem Lord.
Fire
Oh my god,
Emblem,
he is a Fire Emblem.
Fire
Lord.
Emblem,
Where does Tank
Phantasy
land on the
Star.
weapon triangle?
Knights
Oh,
into
that's
Dreams.
definitely great axe. That's definitely great axe with a bow.
Like there is a reason blue hair is so common, and that's because blue is a shade that is found in extremely dark black hair, and it stands out more than actual black hair.
So you're describing Jason. Jason has blue highlights in his black hair.
Yeah.
Well, he got the blue highlights as the series went along.
Yeah, space does that to you.
Blue hair. You gotta have blue hair.
It's just like
also, he called us Blaster Master, so title drop.
Yeah.
Or is he doing that now? I can't remember.
We really are a Blaster Master 03.
No, actually, I think it's right here.
Yeah. Attention,
Yeah,
official enemy
register your
code.
name.
Yeah, because they have to explain why everyone has a weird name in the boss fights.
Yeah. I love that they actually gave a lore reason for that, of all things.
okay.
So now we gotta go out and find Eve somewhere in this mess.
I'm just
going Blaster Master 03 for the Nintendo Switch.
I'm looking at the tank from this angle, and all I can think of is the fucking moon buggy from Mass Effect.
Yeah, well, that they have to show it from that angle because that was the beginning of Blaster Master 1 on NES because they wanted to show off how pretty their sprite animation was.
Yeah, and the whole thing is like Metafight's intro is different from Blaster Master because it's in a spaceship, so that exact shot is basically what Metafight's was, which is why you're talking to
oh, you mean
Kane
like the sideways shot too? Oh, that's
No.
really cool.
Yeah, so like that whole room you're in, the backward shot and everything, it's like they launch from a spaceship in Metafight because in Metafight you're actually launching from a satellite down to the planet Sophia.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
So that's the whole thing. And that's why at the end of 01, when you launch out of the ship before the actual final fight with Sophia the Third, that's also a direct reproduction of that shot. So it's the same shot